Now we're going to do a little practicing with commas with essential and non-essential clauses. So the directions say, on the line before each of the following sentences, write an E if the italicized phrase or clause is essential, write N if the phrase or clause is non-essential. Insert commas if they are needed. Remember, they will only be needed on the non-essential phrase or clause. So, number 1, I've already done for you. You can see that the sentence says, the lawyer, breathing rapidly, arrived late to the courtroom. So the italicized words are breathing rapidly, and those words are non-essential in this sentence. We don't really need those words in this sentence. They're just adding more information about the lawyer and what he was doing when he arrived. So we would put a comma before breathing and a comma after rapidly. So let's look at the second sentence. My earrings, which you admired at dinner, were handmade by my mother. So our italicized words are, which you admired at dinner. Now, those words are also non-essential. So we really do not need those words in our sentence. So we can add a comma after earrings, and we can add a comma after dinner. Okay, let's look at number 3. The snake lurking near the garden is 6 feet long. Now, in this sentence, the italicized words are lurking near the garden. Those are essential words. We would need to have those in this sentence because the sentence just wouldn't be understood as easily if you didn't have those in the sentence. So they're very essential. So we're not going to put any commas there, and we are going to put an E because those words are essential. Okay, let's look at number 4. Tyrone returned the pencil that I lost. Okay, these italicized words that I lost are also essential to this sentence. And it's because that it's telling us more about the pencil. It's telling us which pencil. Just like up here, it was telling us which snake. Okay, so we need to make sure that those are essential words, and so we would not put any commas in that sentence. Okay, number 5. We are going to do this one. The Statue of Liberty, which is featured in that movie, is in New York City. Now, the Statue of Liberty, which is featured in that movie, these italicized words, which is featured in that movie, these are non-essential. We do not need these in this sentence, and so we are going to write an N for non-essential, and we are going to put a comma after liberty, and we are going to put a comma after movie. Okay, because these are non-essential. We don't need these words in this sentence. Okay, the next part of our worksheet says that we are to rewrite the following sentences, adding the phrases or clauses included in the parentheses. If the phrase or clause is essential, we need to add the commas. If it is non-essential, do not add the commas. So here's the sentence. The goldfish tank needs cleaning, and we need to add the phrase, that is in my room. Now, we need to first of all think about where we should add this phrase, that is in my room. So we are talking about the goldfish tank, so we need to make sure that we add this phrase right next to tank so we can talk more about tank. Now, this is telling us which tank, so we need to make sure that we understand that this is essential to this sentence. So we are not going to put any sentences or any commas into this sentence. I'm just going to type the sentence with the phrase added. The goldfish tank that is in my room needs cleaning. So I don't put any commas there. It is essential to that sentence because it's telling me which goldfish tank. Okay, so let's look at number 7 now. Number 7 says, Emily Dickinson was born in Massachusetts. Now we're going to add the clause, who wrote poems, to this sentence. Now, we know that the sentence is about Emily Dickinson, so we need to add who wrote poems right behind Emily Dickinson. Now, in this sentence, who wrote poems is non-essential to this sentence. It's not telling us which Emily Dickinson wrote poems. We know that she wrote poems. It's not giving us any more information that we need. It's just telling us some interesting information about her. So this is non-essential, so we are going to add some commas to this one. Emily Dickinson, comma, who wrote poems, comma, was born in Massachusetts. It's a tough one to spell. Okay? All right. Number 8. This sentence says, the gift fit me perfectly. They want us to add the clause that you sent. Now, this one is essential because the gift is what the sentence is about. That you sent is telling us more about which gift was sent. Okay, so this one is essential and it does not need any commas because it is essential. So I'm going to just type it without the commas and add the clause. The gift that you sent fit me perfectly. Okay? All right, we've got a couple more that we're going to do here. I'm going to give you a minute to think about these last two. You are not going to have an assignment that you have to do today because this lesson has taken us quite a while and it's a pretty tricky lesson, so I'm not going to require you to do any of these on your own at home. I'm just going to teach you about them this week. But I'm going to have you think about these for just a minute, so I'm not going to answer it right away. I'm going to give you just a couple of seconds to think. So this sentence says, those kids cannot go skating. You're supposed to add the clause, who forgot their socks. So first of all, think to yourself, where should you put who forgot their socks? Now, you should add who forgot their socks behind kids because the sentence is about the kids. Okay, so now ask yourself the question, is who forgot their socks telling you which kids? Yes, it is telling you which kids. So these words, who forgot their socks, are essential to this sentence. You wouldn't be able to have the sentence without it. So you do not need commas in this sentence. So you would type it without the commas. Those kids who forgot their socks cannot go skating. Okay, so that would have been essential. All right, let's try this last one. Okay, the opera, now I know that looks like Oprah, but this is opera. The Opera House is a historical landmark, and you are supposed to add the phrase, in my small town. So ask yourself the question, where should you add in my small town? You should add in my small town after house, because in my small town is giving you more information about house. So, do you think that you would need to put commas here after house or after town? Is this essential or non-essential? These words are essential because it's telling us which opera house. So you would not need commas in this case. The opera house in my small town is a historical landmark. Okay, that ends our lesson for today. Like I said before, you will not have an assignment that you have to do. All you had to do was listen or watch these 2 YouTube videos for your lesson today.